August 16, Chicago's Windy City is set to flip, not just because the first UFC show since 2019 returns, it's that two undefeated monsters step into the Octagon with one perfect record ending. Whoever wins doesn't just keep a belt, they reshape the middleweight timeline. No heads up, no slow build, just a collision course. CM Punk, a man with more controversy than wins, called it. "It's so hard to bet against Chimaev," he said on Good Guy, Bad Guy, but added, "I think Dricus is really smart." Punk went on to say, "Duplessis knows what kind of wrestler Chimaev will be, and it's already setting traps. If this fight lasts into championship rounds, he predicted it would resemble the Derrick Lewis Ngannou war, two exhausted titans grinding it out."
Yeah, that is good. That is
Dricus or Hamzat?
It's so hard to bet against Chimaev, you know, like, especially after what he just did to Whitaker. It's just like,
Yes.
you know, but I think Dricus is really smart, probably smarter than a lot of people give him credit for. And like, he knows what his game plan is going to be. He knows Chimaev is going to come and like try to dive on an ankle, like right out of the gate, you know? So I'm sure he's doing his preparations. That's what's going to make this so fascinating. Like, I don't even know if I see this making 5 rounds. And if it does, we're probably going to have two very like tired fighters in there.
Duplessis doesn't give you a blueprint. Ex-KSW star from South Africa, he broke into the UFC in 2020, then stunned the world by beating Israel Adesanya via choke in round 4 at UFC 305. His next defense over Sean Strickland cemented his image. Pressure and pace, backed by weird spinning kicks and sudden shifts. His teammates rave about Duplessis' wrestling gear. What used to seem hidden is now his secret. Chimaev? He's a freight train up front, reviewed as a terrifying force when healthy. A 14-0 with highlight finish reels, he steamrolled Robert Whitaker with a single takedown that bent reality. But in later rounds, cracked show, fading punches, slowed reaction time, and cardio questions. It's a pattern. Ballistic chase early, burnout soon after. Politics won't stay by the sidelines. For 2 years, Chimaev couldn't enter the US. Visa delays tied to alleged ties with Chechen strongman Ramzan Kadyrov. He only regained clearance last month. Then there's Smash, the meme token he hyped, which terminally cratered and seemed to dump dozens of his fans' money. Back pages ask, does Boers bulldoze physical opponents but rip people off /fans?
It's so hard to bet against Chimaev, you know, like, especially after what he just did to Whitaker. It's just like,
Yes.
Punk, will you really maybe not be at the Chicago show? That actually is a blow. Is
went
it
to
true
LA,
that
but
you're not
gonna miss
scheduled?
Chicago?
brother, I'm so busy. Like, it's absolutely insane. When is it, the 18th?
Yes.
Yeah, I know we're in Europe for like a big chunk of August, but I don't think it's until the last week of August. So I got to double check. I got to check things out. But hopefully I'll be there. I'm gonna sit next to my boy Bilal. You know.
We're gonna hold your foot to the fire. We're gonna put you on camera if you come. If you ain't there, we're gonna just show an empty seat. This is where CM Punk's supposed to be.
Camp insiders aren't holding back. Duplessis' training partner Mark Halm laid it out bluntly. Dricus finishes him under 3 rounds. Chimaev's just gonna burn himself out. He's betting on a wrestling tool few fans suspect, one that will run Boers into the ground before round 3. The roster of expectation keeps stacking. Israel Adesanya called this matchup chaotic, predicting that if Chimaev wins, it's in the first 2 rounds. But otherwise, Duplessis will drag him late. Sean Strickland, who lost to both men in title fights, predicts Duplessis becomes the first man to put Chimaev on his backside at UFC 319. And Chael Sonnen added, Khamzat will struggle to take down Duplessis, asking fans not to sleep on the champion.
Not bad, but I still think Dricus gets it. I think just late finish, yeah, late finish. Khamzat would, yeah, I think Khamzat will, if he wins, it's the first 2 rounds, or the first round. But Dricus is just chaotic.
The division's next puzzle solver, Reinier de Ridder, has weighed in too, calling Chimaev easier to prepare for than Duplessis. Chimaev's wrestling style is typical. I can train Dagestanis to mimic it. Duplessis moves like he's wired wrong, de Ridder laughed. This makes Duplessis a trading floor nightmare. Unpredictable moves, fragmented offense. Now, imagine the fight. Chimaev rushes in, double legs, head snaps, first round chaos. No defense is broken, no warnings. Or Duplessis feints, snaps, shifts stance, scores takedown, resets. He breathes easier in round 2 than many in round 1. His opponent's face starts to count the pace. Scenario A, Chimaev lands clean early and scores a highlight finish. Fans celebrate. The comeback king is crowned. Justice for chaos. But for all the hype, his leg drive lags by round 3. and Duplessis swerves into relentless pace. Thin air becomes a trap. Scenario B, Duplessis survives early, stays calm, locks a clinch or scramble, and falls forward into his rhythm. As the fight wears on, his gas tank outlasts Chimaev's heart. Submission or TKO in round 3 or 4 seals the night. Here's where you pause moments to remind viewers, this isn't predictions, it's 3 separate battle styles crashing. One misstep, one lapse. The wagering public is split. Older bettors still favor the quiet champion. Trendies put big money on the hype finishing Tom Cruise style in round 1. Wagering shows a slight tilt to Duplessis after rumors of Chimaev's travel ban are squashed. After the final bell, winner faces Reinier de Ridder, an opponent who specifically wants into this fight style. UFC even booked Kyle Barallo as the official backup. Israel Adesanya could come calling for a trilogy. Loser? Likely sees reputation shaken harder than any Khabib forecast fan revolt. So what's really at stake here? Bragging rights aren't enough. Is Duplessis the blueprint challenger? Unorthodox chaos tamed by discipline? Or is Chimaev the unstoppable engine with one flawed flaw? Endurance. Will tried and true wrestling beat era-defining weirdness? Can time hang in the fight? At the end of UFC 319, one man's legacy is roasted, the other reborn. One illusions of hype dissolves, the other's standard raised. Millions tune in because if you steal a split second of rhythm, it all unravels. And where 2 undefeated records meet in one cage, anything but boring is guaranteed. August 16, Chicago. Perfect records end. One or the other walks out unbeaten. Which one will be history and which one will be missing?